Hey guys, we are going to do science instead of our reading today. So we have been really thinking and looking at our caterpillars and watching how they are changing. And so I'm going to read a story for you today. It's called From Caterpillar to Butterfly. Here we go. Today, a caterpillar came to school in a jar. It is eating green leaves. It is climbing and wiggling. This tiny caterpillar is going to change. It will change into a beautiful butterfly. Caterpillars usually turn into butterflies outdoors. They live in gardens and meadows and yards, but we will watch our caterpillar change into a butterfly right here in our classroom. This change is called metamorphosis. Oh, that's the longest word I think we've ever. Check out that word. Metamorphosis. Can you say that in your silly voice? Pick your silliest voice ever, like metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is one of those super long words. It just means change. Something's going to change. Our caterpillar started out as a tiny egg. The mother butterfly laid the egg on a leaf. When the caterpillar hatched out of the egg, it was hungry. It ate its way out of its own eggshell. Then it started to eat green plants right away. A caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat, so it will grow and grow and grow. We've already noticed that with ours. Each day when we come into school, we look at our caterpillar. Each day, it is bigger. Our skin grows with us. That means that's what happens to people. Our skin grows too. But a caterpillar's skin does not grow. When the caterpillar gets too big for its skin, the skin splits down its back. The caterpillar crawls right out of its own skin. It has new skin underneath. This is called molting. Here's a new word for us. Molting. When the skin just comes off and the new skin is there. Our caterpillar will molt 4 or 5 times. After many days, our caterpillar is finished growing. It is much bigger than when it first came to school. It is almost as big as my little finger now. Ours too, they've gotten really big. Our caterpillar is making a special house. First, it makes a button of silk at the top. It uses this button to hang upside down from a twig. Then it molts for the last time. Instead of a new skin, this time there is a hard shell. This shell is called the chrysalis. Our caterpillar will stay inside the chrysalis for a long time. And sometimes people call that a chrysalis, and sometimes they call it a cocoon. Every day, the chrysalis looks the same. We can't see anything happening, but inside the chrysalis, our caterpillar is changing. Will our caterpillar ever turn into a butterfly? Will it ever come out of its chrysalis? We can hardly wait, but we do. We wait and wait and wait. That's what we're doing. Then one day during snack time, somebody shouts, "Look!" And we all rush over to see. The chrysalis is cracking. We see a head, a body, and then wings. It's a butterfly. The tiny caterpillar who came to school in a jar turned into a painted lady butterfly. That's what ours are going to be. The painted lady butterfly. And we saw it happen. Our butterfly is damp. That means a little bit wet. And crumpled. It hangs onto the chrysalis while its wings flap, flap, flap. Blood pumps into its wings. The wings straighten out and dry. And soon our butterfly will be ready to fly. Our butterfly cannot stay in the jar. It needs to be outside with flowers and grass and trees and other butterflies. It is a warm spring day. I put my finger into the jar. The butterfly sits on my finger. I pull it out and our butterfly goes free. We feel a little sad and a little happy. We watch our butterfly land on a flower. It will sip the flower's nectar through a long coiled tube called a proboscis. Oh, that's a long word. It's like it has a straw built right into its body. Maybe it is a female butterfly. Maybe someday she will lay eggs on a leaf. I just know what will happen then. That egg will hatch into a caterpillar, and that caterpillar will turn into a beautiful butterfly. And here are some of the beautiful butterflies that we see when it's summertime around our house. So friends, what's happening with ours is that they came to my house in the jar. Usually they would come to school in that little jar, but they came to my house this time. And they look like this. This is a painted lady caterpillar. And sometimes we hear it called a larva. And that just means the same thing as when it's in its early stages. So first it was an egg, and then it became a larva or a caterpillar, right? And here's what's happening now. I'm going to take you over to the jar because I can't move the jar right now. It came with directions and instructions that told me don't move it when they begin to go into their chrysalis, okay? Or we might hear it called a painted lady pupa. Pupa is when it's in this form, okay? It's going to be in that form for probably a week or so. It stays inside of there changing, and when it comes out, it will be the painted lady adult, an adult butterfly. That means it's grown up, right? So I'm going to take you over to the jar so you can see that some of them are in the chrysalis now. And I showed you yesterday too, but every day they're changing so much. Now you see one here is all the way in the chrysalis. Now this one next to it, it's upside down and it's forming the chrysalis. And there are some in the back that are also forming their chrysalis, but some are not quite there yet. And then we got one little dude on the bottom. He is making his chrysalis down there. I'm not quite sure why, but pretty soon they will all be in the chrysalis. And then I'm going to need to move them to a special place because they can't be in that tiny little cup when they come out as a butterfly. So I'm going to go and get the butterfly garden to show you where I will move them when they are all in their chrysalis. This is the butterfly garden, and it has a net around it, and it has a top. So soon I will just put those chrysalises and tape them to the top, and then I will zip it shut. So when they come out, they'll stay in this butterfly garden. And in that butterfly garden, I'm going to put this little cup that has a little bit of cotton on top and a pack of sugar with water, and that will be inside. So when the butterflies come out, they're going to use their little proboscis, which is like a straw, and they're going to sip that sugar water. That's what they really love to drink. Okay, so if they were outside in nature, though, they wouldn't have sugar water, would they? So today you are going to go into your seesaw activities, and you're going to go back to this one again. And today you're going to do just one page of that journal. Okay, so we did the front already, and it might, I was hoping it would show up again, but it might not. Okay, and that's okay if it doesn't. So you will go to your page like this, and you're only doing one page at a time. One page. There should not be 4 pages done at once. So today you, in the magnifying glass, you draw a picture of what we saw, and you can use your label tool and write what we talked about and what you noticed when you looked in the cup, or you can use the pencil tool and write it. It's up to you. But what did it look like when we looked at them in our cup today?